weeks ago, and I really wanted to leave her.
For one, this is the artist, by the way. Before we get this video started, shout out to QWERTY 2772. When I listen to you, I feel so freaking relaxed, like I am able to fully calm down. Like it's comforting seeing you talk your stuff out and about as the world goes by. Gives it a nice touch. Also, it's like time stands still. And we can just zone in on you without stuff interfering. This moment, yet the world is still spinning as we can see in the background. Thank you so much for sharing your stuff. I truly appreciate all your efforts to get it out to us. Thank you. For one, it's 5:43 a.m. And gotta get my little white noise and all that. But it's a great day to honestly be in my own space, to be in your own space. When you watch these videos, think about where you are in life. Think about where you want to go. And how will you get there? And what will you do to get there? A lot of times you're going to be judged. You're going to go through many different battles that aren't necessarily a battle, but it's an internal battle with people who are fighting themselves every single day. I pay rent. What's the problem? Excuse me. And this is going to be a story time because this happened yesterday around 7-something p.m. And I made a TikTok about it and all that, and I posted on Instagram. And when this happened, I didn't know how to feel. And I wanted to post these thoughts because genuinely, and just sit back and relax. You know, it's not going to be that video to where we're going to get to a point, no. Because I don't want to rush my thoughts. And if you want to look for a video like that, go to a different creator because I'm not going to rush for your approval. I'm going to gather myself and we're going to genuinely understand what happens when insecurities confront you about what you never gave a fuck about. I'm at the park yesterday. Just want to make a YouTube video. And that video, when Solar Steez asked me about, you know, what is death, reincarnation, and all that, I get out of my car. I'm just driving, mind you, I'm on shrooms and all that. So, in my complex, it's already different to see the energy that is depleted, that is less of themselves, because, you know, people are into just different lustful actions. And the thing is, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's the fact that, damn, you don't even see yourself holding your energy for at least a month or a week, 5 days, and you can just see it. And once you really see it, as you are holding on to just your consciousness, I see holding on to your sexual desires is just you being conscious again. And you can always practice in the act. You don't have to release, but what's the point if you don't want to reproduce or even give birth into the simulation? But why would you want to give birth to synthetic lies? But as I'm just thinking about this stuff, I'm asking myself, why is this nigga confronting me about his girl? And I never seen her in my life. And I'm just in the car just thinking, you know, I just want to make a video. I just want to ground, be in bliss. Like, I don't want to bother nobody. Don't look at me. And it's kind of hard when you're making videos. But the thing is, the things that I go through, I want somebody to really see on the other side, like, you can go through this too, and you have to be careful. Because there are some people who know deep down that they have, I call it an auric repulsion. There are many people who understand that they can't even coexist with you. you know, they can't coexist with your existence because they understand that, damn, I feel as if the girl that I'm with knows who this guy is. And I'm thinking to myself, why the fuck? Like, I'm sitting in the car just like this. So I'm in the driver's seat and I'm looking to the left. There's a creek behind me. Ooh, there's a creek behind me. And I'm just in my head, just the same thing I was doing with the music. I do this every day. Even without the music, I'll sit there in silence, just gather my thoughts, making sure I prepare for a video. It's like basketball to me. It's like music to me. It's like reading. Exercising, for example. I take my time, even with stretching, I take my time with greatness. And because I feel as if the energy I put is the greatest I've ever seen. I just want to keep seeing it every day. So I'm just preparing myself to make sure I deliver the video. I see a black car to the left of me. Shorty's driving as if she want to park in a parking spot. But then she decides to park in a parking spot, and I'm walking on the right side of my car in the driver's seat, going to my trunk to get the chair. Because I usually get a chair, got my gallon of water, got my book bag, got my tripod and all that, we're ready to go. I'm opening my trunk. Dude is in the car. He had a navy blue shirt on. Little afro, whatever. He had no beard, just had a little peach fuzz or whatever. He gonna say, excuse me, I ain't gonna bother you. And I'm sorry to even bring this up to you. My apologies. I'm thinking to myself, what do you want? Like, no. No. It's not that I wanted to be rude or anything, but my thing is, on shrooms, all the confirmations make sense. If you're driving near where I am and you stop, and then you awkwardly park your car near mine, you didn't want to go there in the first place. He says, do you know her? What? Huh? Bro, that shit never, no, I can't say it's never happened because I don't remember it happening in the past, but no, it has. I have had guys asking me that in my DMs or even in person. When he asked me that though, I was distraught, like befuddled. I'm thinking, because I'm like, what the fuck are you talking to me about? What do you mean, though? I've never seen this girl in my life. And then he has the audacity to lean back and say, look at her. Are you offering your girl to me? What are you doing? And she's laughing in nervousness. Because he talking to me as if I knew this nigga for some years. And I'm looking in the car just like this. I'm like, let me see your face real quick. I'm talking to her like I know her. She laughing and shit, giggling. I'm looking at her. I'm looking into her eyes and she's smiling. And this nigga looking at her like he has some control. And he was being loud as well. Because he said, I was asking her, why you didn't want to park in a parking spot? Do you know him? And she said, no, I just don't think that, I just don't think that that's a good parking spot. And so he told her to drive to the parking spot. Fuck all that. And he's talking to me as if me and her know each other. So I said, nah, I think she had a gray shirt on or a white shirt. I want to say cream, but I really think it's gray. In the driver's seat. And she had her hands like this on the wheel. She was looking, she was smiling, like just in nervousness. But like she made this face to where, woman, you know what I'm talking about. Because I don't want to put my perspective in her in her biology, but I ain't never seen her because she showed a face that wasn't seen by him, and he wanted to know if there was a connection. And that to me was so weird because why are you confronting me about who you're in the car with? What is your problem? Why is he confronting you? Why is he confronting you about who he's next to? Is it me? Is it? No, I'm just asking a genuine question because why are you so sensitive about what was never yours? Hold on, let me get some water, bro. Because that's my whole thing. She's not yours, and then you put her on. I have a chair in my hand, got my bag on my back, because I'm finna get in my bag. I got a lot of burdens on my back because I got things to do. So my focus is not on you nor your girl. At this point, though, with what we understand, I don't know what that is at this point. It could be your, and it's like, fuck, man, the illusion of life sucks when you understand the majority of people are transgender. All love to people who are inverted. Nothing against them. It's just really hard to even want to lust after somebody who you just don't know their background of. You don't know their trauma. You don't know their genetics. You don't know how they got to where they are. You don't know who's playing the costume. You don't know if that's just a being pretending to be a woman. There's so many illusions upon the mind with conditioned beliefs of just subconscious energies that feel as if they're less than. They have the control of being who knows they're not less than, but they want to build this being that's less than up. And then when this person gets too big-headed, they get into their emotional state to feel as if them having some control over a situation that never happened, they think as if that's what's happening. And I'm like, but I never seen her in my life. And he said, oh, okay, I just wanted to make sure because she made it seem as if she didn't want to park next to your car. And then they get in the car and they drive off. And they leave the park. What? Because from what I understand, their subconscious mind understood that my frequency was activated. And not only just that, my auric field was saying everything. And all I was doing was literally focusing on, I made a video as well. What did I call this video? I got it right here. I said, you think you're minding your business, but your auric field of conscious awareness outside the body is exposing people that can't hide from themselves. And this is why strangers act weird around you when you're spiritually activated. I just want to make a fucking video. I mean, the simulation understands that, and it's as if every day when I want to just be amongst myself, some bullshit happens. And that's the movie. It's entertainment to beings who orchestrate the scripts of others. How can I get mad? How? That's why I be asking my mind, like, you're not insane for wanting to feel a thought that thought it had a feeling. But you can't feel the thoughts I never had a feeling. So why even put your feelings into a situation that's obviously dismantled, misaligned? She looking at me as if she wanted to come into my car and have a conversation with me because what are you doing out of nature? You put her onto my spot. She knows I go to the park. So she pulls up and sees a young gentleman making a video. I'm going to tell her how it is. If that's who she is in the costume. Because you never know with people or beings walking around in costumes. People are scared to be this authentic. Why is that? They have a facade. I'm trying to find the wording. They have a facade to keep a role in. And when they're acting so well in a role, their lives become clever to where people can't even see what the fuck they're looking into. That's why when you're looking into a two-dimensional black mirroring, you do not mirror the illusions that never were. So I'm thinking to myself, once they drove off, I'm like, that never happened. But it happened. And I had to ask myself, are you good? Because, what? But then, as I'm understanding light body interference, so when beings are vibrating high, especially once you are taking shrooms and you're just within the substance, this can agitate a lower vibrational being, especially people around them. So, I don't want to assume, but my thing is, she's bold. You told yourself out loud, you didn't mean to speak out loud. See, I'm just putting my spirit into her ego because there's no way that you told yourself you didn't want to park right next to me and then something requires you to park right next to me. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, let's put two and two together, right? I don't like assuming, but the nonsense that we can't make up can make sense if you really think about it. You told yourself, okay, I'm going to park in this parking spot just to see what's going to happen. And then you didn't really think that the guy that you're with was going to confront me. But the thing is, though, he didn't even get up and talk to me like a man. You ain't even had the audacity to look me in the eyes and tell me and stand up and shake my hand. But you have the nerve to question me about a woman you're laying next to or you're being with in the moment. You have a moment with a girl and your focus is on me. Crazy, 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 crazy. Yeah. It's crazy, boy. If I'm lying, my heart can stop beating right now. It's as if, for an example, it's like trying to sleep with the lights on. Your presence is forcing their spirit to be in discomfort. Yep, with my habit tracker and all that, but this being was just so uncomfortable with himself. He couldn't even get out of the passenger. You're in the passenger's, that's the crazy part. You're in the passenger seat of another person's car. And there's nothing wrong with that. But as a guy, do you not want to maybe drive her? I was like, what the hell? Where's my toilet paper? But then I was like, oh yeah, you gotta wipe your ass. I got wipes too and shit like that, you know, like the smooth wipes and shit that you need to, yeah, we got those. You need to get those as well because if you wipe your ass correctly. So I was like, can y'all see that? Because if so, somebody's like, this nigga don't got toilet paper? No, I got toilet paper and shit. Don't judge. I'm just being open-minded because, you know, people gonna judge. But yeah, I was thinking to myself, you were so uncomfortable with yourself. You were still in the passenger seat. And you asking me this dumbass question. And I wasn't gonna let that ruin my day at all whatsoever. I was still able to ground, still able to appreciate the canvas of lies. The third part I understood, I'm still understanding today, is dimensional discomfort. So I'm entering a space every single day of expanded consciousness. And a lot of people who are stuck in the ego, always living in the illusion, tell themselves or playing different downloads in their mind of conditioned beliefs, they have faith in that. So where the matrix or the simulation that we think we're living in, the Masonic tricks that we think we're living in, this is what judges them and exposes them once a being is awakened and silently just observing themselves. So many beings who carry this awakening experience by never having to articulate meaningless words, these people get intimidated and they start judging because they're nervous around your auric field. It's too much to bear, especially if you're giant in nature, because majority of beings are petite. they're little, they're fun size. You can pocket a lot of these niggas. No offense to short niggas, short kings or short successful images. Not everybody can be tall, but in the quantum realm, you are 9 feet tall, you are 8 feet. It's just how your consciousness grows. In different lives and different vessels, you can be taller in this simulation. But you have to be able to be aware of what you go through and never let it get to you. If you let these things get to you, they can literally keep you stuck in fear. Because there are people who will look into your life and you're just doing nothing and they'll check you. I was fortunate enough to walk out of there without being harmed. There are some guys out there who are so tender about their girl, they will sacrifice your life to make her think that he's just that dominant. Whole entire time, your feelings are fragile along with your ego because my confidence looks better than your insecurities. Whole entire time, I'm so insecure in my confidence. So what the fuck are you comparing for? That's why when people say these niggas are the new bitches and these bitches are the new niggas or whatever the case may be, yeah, that's the whole point of inverted awakenings. Many people act upon what they feel because they understand that in this costume, they're not really realizing that having common decency or courtesy to really think to yourself, why would I ask this random person if you know her? Just because she didn't want to park there. She didn't want to park there. Don't sit here and assume as if somebody's talking to your girl. And if she is going for somebody else, never think as if you need to question. If you have to question or even assume that she's talking to other people, let her go. Let her go. You cannot save a woman that does not want to be saved by your saving. You can't even save your future because you're stuck in the past. You better be glad she's sitting right next to you because she's helping you get better. But have you ever asked about her presence? No, you haven't. So when she sees better and she runs to that, how can you get mad at me? I mean, all I want to do is make a video and go home. When I was saying that back at a place that wasn't even mine, but it's been handed down to me, I told myself I want to have my own spot. And now it's like I have my own spot. Shit don't change in a different environment. Bullshit still happens, even off camera. Because even if the cameras were on, it wouldn't even make any sense. It would be as if, bro, is this an actor? That's how I'm thinking. Because even when people get out of cars and they're staring at me, I stare right back at people. I used to be like, but now I'm looking as if, what? What? If you want to have a conversation, let's speak. But please do not stare. But they don't understand what they're looking at. That's the mesmerization of magnetism towards a quantum realm that you are flowing in a higher ascension outside of your body. Because once you observe the body of what you think you're living in, you don't know what you radiate in the mirroring. The next point, this was a mirror shot comparison. Even though I wasn't even speaking, my energy reflected something back to this person that triggered his shame, confusion, and distortion in his or her reality. Because the thing is too, I feel like the woman in the driver's seat, she went through this defense mechanism for her ego because the laughter signified or dignified that. And then this was his awareness to questioning me because his mind was scrambling to ground a moment that felt as if I needed to do that at the moment because it was a script. This being was shocked in the moment because they weren't understanding why they were going along with what they felt. This person felt intuitively to have a command for the woman to drive into the spot, to where now this person opened up the door to blow my spot up. Whole entire time, I just want to go to my spot and make my video so that I can go back home in my space. It's as if people had a certain persona. When you become more loving of yourself, you become more attractive. When you attract attraction that you love on, you become an aesthetic. You become inspiration. You become a being that people can look up to. They're inspired by, they're motivated, they love, they're probably in love with you. They'll never tell you that because they don't want to disconnect what you have going on. They don't want to stop you from your grind. Because look at what you do every single day. Especially if you look good doing it, they're going to memorize and mesmerize over your looks, your physique, your mind, your determination, your willpower to keep on going even if you're tired. It's 6:08 a.m. on a Sunday. I could be doing something as far as sleeping. I couldn't even sleep correctly. Why? Because I got videos on my mind. My mom is still working and people want to question me about their girl. What the fuck is going on? I don't care about what the fuck you have going on. Every day I understand a lot of the stuff that people find important became meaningless to me because it's such a mediocre way of living. That can never benefit me. That's why I don't like breaking in people's homes. If I know that you as a woman, if you have a roster or you have a guy that you talk to, whatever, let me know so I can be about my way. I'm not finna compete because niggas kill over their girls or they hoes or they bitches or they sluts. And there are so many other women who will be a slut for me. But the thing is though, I want to make sure as well that I can be her favorite eater. I can be her favorite pleaser, her provider, her support system, her guide, her teacher, somebody who can aid her in the afterlife. Somebody who can connect with her inside of her thoughts without even touching her and watch her thoughts flow, run along her awakening. That to me is the best experience outside of releasing. Why would I care about having sex with your girl? And if that's the imagination, you had to imagine me having sex with your girl to even question me about your girl. Basically, if I was in that car and I look at a nigga, if I say, no, if she tells herself, oh no, we ain't gonna park right there. Why don't you wanna park right there? I just don't wanna park right next to that car. Park in that space real quick. But I don't wanna park in that space. No, park in that space real quick. I just wanna say something. What the fuck? Oh, you're not doing this. Just park in the space. Hey, yo, hold on. Yo, excuse me. Yeah. Do you know her? No, sorry. I'm going too fast in the script. Hey, sorry to bother. I didn't mean to disrupt you or anything like that. I just have a question for you. What's going on? Do you know her? Let me see you. Whatever the hell that is, he looking like, or basically that'll be me. And so yeah, that'll be me. What the hell am I doing? So I can't reenact how she would act. But in her mindset, she'll be smiling, giggling, tee, whatever the hell women do. And me, I'm in the passenger seat. I'm looking as if, you know her? Nah, I don't know her. So this will be another hypothetical person. No, I don't know her. All right, man, sorry about that. You have a great, wonderful day. All right, we cool then. If I did that to a woman, if you my woman and I did that to you, would you even talk to me? No, you wouldn't. There's no way I would even allow you to. Because why am I thinking about him and I'm with you? I'm just asking a valid question. Why would I think about him? Why do I think about him? Why do I think about him when I'm with you? And if I find out that you playing with me, it is what it is. I gotta focus on me anyways. Just play the game. If she's going for me or she's going for you. Because you know that you look good. Let me speak to you first of all. This goes into part 5. Synchronicity and spirit testing. A lot of these moments will happen during a state of psychedelics once your neurons are activating and being able to align once again to vibrate harmoniously. you'll be able to see yourself shifting. The hell? Once you see yourself shifting, you'll understand that you don't take things personally anymore. Because that's exactly why you go through what you go through, because you had to go through that. How will you react? Because that could have went left, but it didn't. Why is that? You kept your composure. To where the timidness in his eyes, what's the problem? Why are you making it a problem with me and not her? Not only just that, don't even question a grown woman. That's just what I learned throughout life. I'm not going to question you on your actions. All I know is I'm going to move accordingly. And you can't get mad when she's right next to me. If it ain't you, shit, and you mad that you're not next to me, you can be right next to me. Even if she next to me. What you gonna do? Know your place. And there is no place in life, but all I know is I'm grounded with the almighty frequency that I'm focused on every single day. All you can do is be guided by what I am seeing every single day, by what I envision myself into being. So you are connected to my being, but that doesn't mean that it belongs to you as your being, because you got to be your own being. And that's the thing. People aren't being their being because they worried about somebody else's being. Who are you being today besides an insecure bitch? Have a great and divine, successful rising, divine reflection. Shit's crazy as fuck.